Welcome back to Rock to Revenue. Last time, we looked at how ore is processed and turned into concentrate. In Part 6, Selling the Concentrate, we follow what happens next. How that concentrate is sold, sampled, independently assayed, and ultimately priced. This is the final step of how the rock turns into revenue. Our clients, local smelters and refiners operating near the Ying mine, bring their own trucks to transport the concentrate back to their own facilities. Before any concentrate is loaded, each client truck is weighed empty on site. This establishes the truck's tare weight and ensures that all later calculations are accurate and transparent. Our silver-lead-zinc concentrate is loaded directly into the client's trucks at the mine. Handling is kept to a minimum to preserve sample integrity and ensure the shipment reflects exactly what was produced. After loading, the trucks are weighed again. By comparing the empty and loaded weights, we determine the total wet weight of concentrate being sold. Before any truck leaves site, representative samples are taken directly from the loaded concentrate. These samples are critical. They form the basis for determining grade, quality, and ultimately price. The trucks then transport the concentrate to the client's facilities for further processing, while our independent verification process continues on site. The sales samples are delivered to our SGS licensed laboratory at Ying. Using an independent certified lab ensures accuracy, consistency, and full compliance with industry standards. The samples are first weighed in their wet state. This initial measurement allows us to later calculate moisture content, which is an important factor in concentrate sales. Each sample is carefully recorded, labeled, and tagged. This maintains full traceability and a documented chain of custody throughout the entire assay process. The wet samples are placed into a drying oven. Drying removes moisture so that only the solid concentrate is measured during analysis. The oven is sealed to ensure controlled conditions during drying. This step helps maintain consistency and prevents contamination or sample loss. Once the drying process is complete, the oven is opened and the samples are removed for the next stage of preparation. The dried samples are weighed again. Comparing wet and dry weights allows us to calculate the exact moisture loss of the concentrate. The dried material is then pulverized into a fine, uniform powder. This step ensures that the sample analyzed is truly representative of the entire shipment. The pulverized sample, now called pulp, is thoroughly mixed. Proper mixing eliminates grade variability and improves analytical accuracy. A precise portion of the pulp is taken for testing. This carefully measured sample is what will be chemically analyzed. The pulp sample is weighed to strict laboratory specifications. Accuracy at this stage is critical for reliable assay results. The weighed pulp sample is chemically dissolved. This process releases the metals into solution so they can be measured accurately. The solution is filtered to remove remaining solids. This prepares the sample for final analytical testing. The prepared solution is analyzed using laboratory instruments to determine the concentration of silver, lead, zinc, and other metals. For high-grade material, titration is used to precisely measure metal content. These final assay results play a key role in determining the payable value of the concentrate and completing the sale. For gold and silver analysis, selected samples undergo fire assay preparation. This method concentrates precious metals from the sample, allowing for highly accurate measurement of gold and silver content. The sample is mixed with potassium nitrate and other reagents. These chemicals help separate precious metals during heating and ensure a complete reaction. The mixture is roasted at high temperature. This step removes unwanted components and prepares the sample for final separation. Ash blowing removes remaining impurities after roasting. This leaves behind a cleaner material containing the precious metals. The sample is heated in a furnace to produce a gold-silver alloy button. This button contains the precious metals that are measured to determine final grade. From mining and processing to sampling, assaying, and final pricing, this is how rock truly turns into revenue. We hope this series gave you a clearer look at what happens behind the scenes and the level of care, precision, and transparency that goes into every shipment. Thanks for following along with Rock to Revenue.